Our way. Sextus returned to Bullhead. Caesar named him Centurion, an overseer of the region. I'm Barker, his replacement for Cottonwood Cove. Barker of the Cove. Not a bad ring to it. Not as good as your nickname, of course. If you're who I think you are. The Scourge? I believe it's short for the Scourge of the Slaves. You did behead 100 of them. Oh, yes. You're quite famous now. From here to Flagstaff, slaves utter your name in fear, while legionnaires do so in admiration. So, what can I do for the Legion's newest celebrity? I can see why you've become so loved. Fealty will take you far in the Legion. I prefer results, however. So let's see what you can do. Ever since we got here, some sniper has been harassing us, most likely from the Overlook. However, whenever I've sent men up there to hunt him down, they've found nothing. Perhaps a new set of eyes will help. Go there, find him, and kill him. Should be right up your alley. No, that's all right. I'll be able to tell he's dead from the lack of sniping. Our way. Oh, so it's Tuesday. Great. Thanks for taking him out. Sextus sent a slave with me by the name of Hera, and asked me to give her to you. Consider her your reward.
Oh there, Amicus. I am Maximus, champion of the Flagstaff Arena and Barca's personal bodyguard. And you must be the Scourge. Word of your deeds has spread all throughout Arizona. The slaves whisper you're the best fighter in the Legion. Better than Linnaeus, even. I hope we can spar sometime. I cannot forgive myself for passing on such a test. Well, glad to hear. I'm sure there's much we can learn from each other. Well, it's not like the Mojave. Flagstaff is completely conquered. You won't find a safer province. But that also means there aren't many opportunities to prove oneself. I was stuck with being an executioner. I mostly dealt with disobedient slaves. If I was lucky, I'd get to kill some captured NCR or raiders. But I wanted more than that. All I ever wanted was to prove myself to the Legion, and Caesar gave me the chance to do so in the arena. And every day, I thank him for the opportunity to become so much more than what I was. May fortune find you.
Our way. Stay safe. Our way. A trophy from a tribe known as the Blade Weavers. They made swords like this themselves. It wasn't looted. The method they used was kept secret, and the secret died with them. So, this blade may be the last of its kind. They were a tribe located near 80s territory. Me and my contubernia worked with them to wipe out the raiders. They were fine warriors, especially for tribals. Brave men. Good tactics. But what stood out to me was how they regarded both their enemies and each other with honor. They prioritized their comrades' survival over a mission's success, gave enemies quick deaths, and spared their women and children. Simple things that I found so refreshing in the wasteland. Like I told you, they didn't loot their signature swords. They were made. The same is true for mine. I didn't take it off a blade weaver body. They made it for me, as thanks for fighting alongside them. Stay safe.
Hey. You must be the Scourge. From here to Bullhead, everyone described you as a beast, a monster, that make even Deathclaws run and hide. Yet here you are, simply a man, just as I expected. May I know your real name? I like that more than the moniker everyone else gives you. Apologies. Sextus allowed me to speak more freely than what was usual for slaves. May I tell you of my talents? Sextus told me you were different from most legionnaires. Thank you. My main expertise lies in the medical arts. If you ever need healing, simply come to me. I can also give you supplies, but they are limited. I am also a trained cook, so I'll have a meal prepared for you every day. Finally, while I am not professionally trained or anything, Sextus often asked for my advice. So, if you ever need counsel, I'd be happy to help any way I can.
Hello?
Awe. So beautiful. Sextus said as much. He spoke quite highly of you. That is, highly of your ability to kill, which is the issue. You see, I was sent to Cottonwood Cove to rebuild it after the NCR's attack, as well as make up for the slaves that you and Sextus killed. Thus, the last thing I need is a butcher. I need someone with poise, patience, someone who can use their brain as well as their brawn. So, Scourge, are you what I'm looking for? Or are you just another common killer? Fair enough. Let's get started then. Ever heard of the Rattlers? They're a nomadic raider gang. A nomadic tribe who currently reside here in Vegas. Before I was given command of the Cove, I was trying to integrate them into the Legion, similar to what we're doing with the Khans. However, I have little time to see to them now with my new responsibilities here, so you'll have to take my place. Convince the Rattlers to join us by any means necessary. That was convince, by the way, not kill. Just want to make that clear. Successfully resist your urge to stab everything in sight, as well as recruit the Rattlers to our cause, and I'll reward you 10 auras. You mean what if you fail? As I said, use any means necessary outside of violence. Bribe them, even threaten them. But failure is not an option in the Legion. And I assure you, no one understands that better than me. Just one. Your and Sextus's campaign drained Bullhead's slave population. A population that needs replenishing. If you find any would-be stock in your travels, bring them to Cleo. I'll have her pay you 5 auras for each head. An unsevered, living head still attached to a living body, I mean. No. 5 auras for the whole person. Alive. Good. You can find the rattlers near the Basin Creek building, alongside the Frumentari I left there to watch them. Return soon.
Hello.
You've returned. Here, I'll have some more made by tomorrow. I made you something befitting a warrior, healthy and filling. Here you are. The rattlers, I have seen many tribes like them. Warlike peoples. You'll only get their loyalty from a show of strength. They'll never respect a diplomat. It'll be seen as weakness. With all due respect, Barca isn't the one going to meet them. Reminds me of something my father said. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Hey. What do you want? Your dead friend ordered us to fight for this Barca, who refuses to show himself. The Rattlers are not dogs. We will not do the dirty work of some coward who only speaks with others' tongues. This one-sided alliance is off. Best run back to your master and tell him so, boy. Buried treasure? How about I bury my hammer into your chest? No promises. What do you want? Protection from the NCR? You can't even protect your own bones from my hammer! All you can do is talk, apparently. The Rattlers will never kneel for a man whose only weapon is his mouth. Then it's blood. You want us to follow you? Prove that you're not just willing to fight, but that you're better. Not through words or caps, but the old way. You versus our best. Tormund. One-on-one and to the death. No guns. Only blade or axe. Very well. What weapon will you choose? Here you are. All right. The rest of you know the rules. Don't interfere, even if it means Tormund's death. Now begin!
Watch out! Watch out! Ha. You like that? Watch out! Whoa!
Hey.
Well, shit! What's your name? Well, you can fight, that's for sure. All right. We'll follow you. But let me make that clear. We follow flesh and blood I can see before me, not a name in the wind. Scourge! Mostly just guard duty. A lot of standing, a lot of staring, and a whole lot of nothing. He promises he'll have something big for us soon. And he'd better. If not, we may just raid this little cove ourselves. Oh, with your permission, of course. See ya!
Our way. I must admit, I'm impressed. You somehow found a way to recruit the Rattlers with the very violence I specifically told you not to use. Your dedication to spilling blood is commendable. Truly commendable. I jest. You completed your mission, so you'll be rewarded for it. But going forward, I'd advise you to follow my orders to the letter. I give them for a reason. That Rattler you killed could have died serving us instead. Our way. I got word that legionnaires and slaves were coming from Nelson to reinforce Cottonwood Cove. Last I heard, they were resting at the old highway patrol station by Clark Field. If so, they would have gotten here by now. So, this is a simple one. Go there and find out what happened to the slaves. If the fools got lost, do your best to get them here in a timely manner, please. 5 Oris if it's done by tomorrow. Stay safe.
Hey,
You've returned. Of course. Let me take a look at it. You've returned. I'd ready yourself for anything. Mayhaps it's nothing, but then again, when has it ever been nothing? Return soon.
Aha! I'm hit! That... Had enough.
Cut it out! Please, no! Wait! You're not with them, are you? The shooters? Please, you have to get me out of here. It's not safe. I don't know. The Legion took us here, and then these guys with guns busted in. We thought they were here to rescue us, like NCR or something. But after they killed the Legion, they started killing all of us. I ran and hid in this bathroom. I don't know how long I've been in here. I just want to leave.
Hey, man. Shit. You're out in the boonies, huh? Huh? Oh, no, man. My name's Tom. Jesus, man. You gotta chill. Here. Have some jet. Anyway, Keith sent me to find you. Said to meet him with the dead. Sounded pretty urgent and stuff. Yeah, I catch you back home, Holmes.
I don't mean to be pushy, but are we getting close yet? I don't mean to be pushy, but are we getting close yet?
Our way. I sent him to recruit the Laughers, a nasty group of raiders near Novak. They're even more savage than the Rattlers, so if they don't bend the knee, he's to do the Wasteland a favor and wipe them out. Should be easy work for the brute, but he's taking his sweet time. We should really learn from the bear and begin hiring third parties to do all our dirty work. Might possibly even help our image. Then again, maybe that's why we hired you. Here, for your troubles. Return to me quickly. Our way. The NCR appear to be one step ahead of us. It's time we flip that. I'm sending you to Hoover Dam undercover. You're to find any intel they have on the Legion there and bring it to me. I want to know everything they know about us. Troop movements, base locations, and anything else that we can subvert to our advantage. We have a spy at Hoover Dam by the name of Brutus, undercover alias Sergeant Sullivan. He patrols one of the intake towers regularly. Meet him there under the codename Private Costigan, and he should be able to assist you. Well, if you've killed enough NCR to gain their ire, you should have a uniform or two of theirs lying around, yes? If not, then take advantage of the fact that you only work for the Legion, and are not truly one of us. Buy a stealth boy. Yes, and let me make this very clear. No killing. I want you to be a ghost. They shouldn't even know you were there until it's far, far too late. If they find out a spy broke in, that can compromise not only Brutus, but all of our intel as well. Now, go and show me why Sextus called you our best infiltrator.
Scourge! We used to be part of the 80s. Meanest gang in the wasteland. Not even your Caesar could conquer them. Did well with them for a while. But then some guy came back. Can't say for sure who he was, but some former bigwig boss. Complete fucking lunatic. And coming from me, that's saying something. Our former chief, Bone Lord, got us the hell out of there. Broke off and founded the Rattlers in earnest. He established many of our traditions. Single combat, our nomadic nature, and of course, wearing the bones of our former enemies. He was a good man, Bone Lord. Got his head blown off by that wet shit Frank a few months back. That's when I took over. Some whiny cunt who I'm sure has some tragic, long-winded backstory of how his family was killed or someone touched him. Typical vigilante bullshit. See ya!
Hey.
You've returned. Here, I'll have some more made by tomorrow. I made you something befitting a warrior, healthy and filling. Here you are. Is the Legion's main job not to kill NCR? I jest, of course. I understand why Barca would command such. But I am but a simple girl, Master, but I feel as though many who lead from the back underestimate complications in the field. I'd obey his command, so long as it's easy, but if not, I'd trust in your own judgment. Perhaps. Yes, it was he who originally enslaved me. I'm grateful it was him. While he merely took me back to camp, I saw what happened to the other girls. After that, it took time for me to adjust, but Sextus understood and was patient. When I was finally sure of the man he was, I opened up, took on more responsibility. He began asking for my advice more often, too. Sextus was the only legionnaire to take counsel from his slaves. He made it a habit ever since meeting Ruth. God bless her soul. Oh, unfortunately, Sextus took me along when Vero ordered him outside the city to provide first aid and such. Walked us right into that trap. Should have expected such from a man who only gave orders from behind a desk. We returned to Bullhead and saw what happens when the Legion isn't there to provide order. It reminds me, I wanted to thank you for ridding us of those gladiators. Did you know they hurt their own people? Anyone who wouldn't join them was beaten or killed to intimidate the others, even old women like Ruth. All their talk of righteousness and justice was just a mask. All they wanted was blood and gold. So, I want you to know, if you ever doubt your actions, don't. They were right. And anyone who says otherwise is wrong. They weren't there. I was. Return soon.
Uh-huh. President Kimball is going to arrive pretty soon to give his speech and meet that wounded soldier.
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
Just between us, Colonel Moore scares me sometimes.
Need something, friend? Ah, you're just in time, amicus. An NCR officer, Captain Ironside, has a secret operation to attack Nelson. He needs to be taken out, and I can't do it alone. Listen, I appreciate what you're doing, but I don't know if this is really the time. I suppose that's fair. Might as well be honest then. I used to be an NCR citizen. Worked long hours at the quarry to pay for the privilege of living in the Republic. What does that privilege look like? Your home getting burned down by jackals while you're away. No NCR in sight. They only came around when it was tax season. I went to the ranger station for justice. They just gave me excuses. One said they were spread too thin while sitting on his ass. When I started getting pissed, another threatened to arrest me for causing a public disturbance. I'll never forget those words. So, I jumped ship to the Legion, who I heard had the safest lands in the world. They made me undergo 2 tests. The first was to weed out spies, where they beat you bloody for a good couple of days. That one was hard. The second was to prove your loyalty. They had me kill an NCR ranger they captured. Same one that threatened to arrest me. That one was easy. My Kenturian has a sense of humor, I guess. In his private quarters at the visitor center, probably with the bodyguard. He's expecting a meeting that'll never happen. If you take them out, they'll buy Nelson extra time to get reinforcements. Maybe even cancel the mission altogether. Speaking honestly, I don't know if I can take on both him and his guard, let alone without getting caught in trying the whole dam on me. While I'd happily give my life for the Legion, if I fuck up or get ID'd, then we lose the only eyes we have here. Even if I could, the operation is already underway. Troopers will be on the ground in a day. Nelson won't have time to prepare. But if we kill their mission lead, they'll buy us some time while they scramble. Maybe even scrap the mission period. I see. Orders are orders, Amicus. I would never advise breaking the chain of command. But if we don't do anything about Ironside, many of our comrades will die at Nelson. That'd be in Colonel Krauser's... Wait, no. It would have been moved to Captain York's desk in the offices. Krauser was head of all counter-terrorism operations until it got out that he and his men were insubordinate. They demoted him after that and gave the duties to York instead. Lucky break. Krauser is a real piece of work. True to Kaiser.
What do you need? Bye.
President Kimball is going to arrive pretty soon to give his speech and meet that wounded soldier.
Our way. Not a beep out of Hoover Dam either! I wonder, though, was it difficult to hold back so much? Must have been. Here, your reward, and a bonus. This is the armor the Frumentari and Flagstaff wear. Let it serve you well in future infiltrations. I'll see if I can't find someone for you to kill next time. I'm sure the Scourge is starving.